He will tell you that he's the most aggressive wrestler in the world, and I don't think you can argue with him on that point. He's a physical specimen, he's got the technique, he's got the speed, he's the total package, and I could see him as the 5-star champion.
It's what Drew Galloway wants, it's what he craves. But he's got a guy who's not exactly short of self-confidence staring across the ring from him, and a guy who matches up physically extremely well with the 6'5" native of Ayr, not too far away here in Scotland.
It's worth noting that Drew is, in my opinion, in the peak of his career right now, and it's only going up. Drew's on fire right now. Everyone in the world of wrestling is talking about him right now. This would just be the perfect way to put him right at the top of the game.
And with good reason. This man, Drew Galloway, is the hardest working professional wrestler I know. He lives in America, and the amount of times that he gets on a plane and he flies the thousands of miles across to the UK and back again just to wrestle, just to fight, just to do what he loves, what he believes most passionately in, and that is professional wrestling, and that is building up British wrestling into something special.
It's his life. It is his life. He's been doing it since he was a teenager. Professional wrestling is Drew Galloway.
Indeed it is, at the age of 15. There was very few training schools in Scotland back then. About 15, 16 years ago, he used to travel 12 hours all the way down to Portsmouth to train. And at the moment, that training, those years of hard graft, is paying dividends. Chris Masters is taking a beating.
My goodness, you hear the sound of those knife-edge chops. It's unbelievable. Oh!
Well, many years ago, Chris Masters used to make those defined pectorals dance on international television. I'll tell you what, they're dancing right now from those chops.
Yeah, they're not going to be dancing after get slapped around by Drew Galloway.
Belly suplex, expertly executed by Galloway, moves in for the cover, and the masterpiece showing the upper body strength that he needed to. Trained by the same guy, Rick Bassman. The same man who discovered the Ultimate Warrior, Sting. John Cena, that's Chris Masters. That's great pedigree right there. Certainly a pedigree of powerhouses, of men who can lift the weights in the gym, but also get in the ring and show great agility and great acumen.
And as you say, the acumen there, that's the key thing. He pulled the leg from the rope and just plants Galloway off the mat, gets him exactly where he wants him, and he's now in control of this matchup. And as we said, Chris Masters is unbelievably strong. You've got to think that he's going to be working towards that master lock at all times.
Galloway's hurt at the moment. Masters has slowed the pace down. He's got it into his territory, and that is where he can be workmanlike. It's where he can use that strength. And he almost got the 3. Referee Thomas Kieran's, though, indicating it was just a 2.
I thought we were perhaps going to see the master lock there, but what he's doing is he is just breaking down the back of Drew Galloway. They're weakening him, and that in turn weakens his offense.
Now we might see the submission skills of a man who claims he has more submission victories than anybody else in the history of the WWE. I've not been able to verify that with the record books, Joe.
Are you going to argue with him? I'm not going to argue with him.
No, I'm not going to argue with him, no.
Hey, Chris, Greg says, yeah.
I'm saying nothing of the sort. Masters looking out to us. Perhaps he should be better advised to keep his eyes on Drew Galloway, who counters with a jawbreaker, escapes the predicament. But look at Masters with the strength, and I tell you what, that takes some strength to get a man of Drew Galloway's proportions up onto your shoulders and drive him down with a Samoan drop.
There's blood dripping from the nose of Chris Masters there. After hitting a textbook Samoan drop there, he's back in control, and he's enraged at the sight of his own blood.
But after there was that huge reaction to the Scottish hero coming out at the start, there is now almost like a bit of an eerie hush, a bit of a buzz of concern here in the Dundee Ice Arena. But Masters, that arrogance is perhaps just getting the better of him here. I tell you what, you slap Drew Galloway too many times, and you will slap some fire into him. Well, maybe it's proving.
Yeah, it might be part of the game plan, but you don't want to try and you don't want to try and out-pump Drew Galloway, because he's going to come back and hit you with everything that he's got. He's probably the most intense person I've ever been in the ring with, but I have to say I'm impressed with Chris Masters' performance thus far.
And the excitement is building in this tournament, with just 5 men left who have a chance of being the 5-star champion, coming out of this live broadcast here on Spike this evening. Drew Galloway going for that future shot DDT. That is his finishing move. Masters knew it. He countered it. And he hits the sky high. And he goes for the 3. And he nearly got him. He nearly scored the upset. And he nearly broke all the hearts of the Scottish wrestling fans.
That was very close indeed. He hits the sky high from a massive height, and you have to respect Chris Masters' ability to counter the future shot DDT there, because as you know, if Drew hits that DDT, it's all said and done.
He's also got that Claymore kick as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Scores a lot of victories with that too, but Masters has the master lock, and when he moves into this kind of position, when he stalks his opponents, you know he's going for it, and he's making the signal. Galloway has to have his wits about him here. If Masters shoots those arms in, he's going to do it. Is he going to do it? He can't quite interlock the fingers.
If he can beat Drew in his home country, think of the momentum that's going to give Chris Masters. But Drew, elbows out there, add more damage to that nose.
Galloway with a huge chop. Masters with one of his own. It's back and forth here right now, and it's anybody's game. Masters cutting off Galloway. Was that low, Joe? That looked like it possibly may have been low.
Listen, as we were saying earlier, Drew is the most aggressive wrestler in the world. That's maybe not a battle you want to be in, so he's using his smarts. Give him the low kick, get back in control. And here we see almost a test of strength and technique here, going for the backslide. Who's going to get it?
Well, Galloway landed on his face, and he planted him! And he planted him with a future shot. Did he get enough? Did he get all of it? Yes, he did.